Hey, Legal Minds Mastermind members, how you doing? Saturday morning, Mitch Jackson here. Normally, I would broadcast only to the Legal Minds Mastermind private Facebook group, but today, because I know you're seeing this broadcast on other platforms, I'm kicking the tires on StreamYard. I want to share this with my Legal Mastermind members, you guys, and go through some of the features. But here's the cool thing. With this single broadcast, I'm also broadcasting to several other of my Facebook pages, another Facebook group. I'm broadcasting to Periscope, which is Twitter Live. I'm also broadcasting live to YouTube, all in one broadcast. So the primary broadcast for today's StreamYard test is going to the Legal Minds Mastermind. And I want anyone, though, to engage with me who's watching the broadcast, who has questions about StreamYard and what I'm doing. But what I want to do with you guys over in Legal Minds is share this platform with you. If you have some downtime, over the next couple of weeks, this would be a great opportunity to maybe take a look at what's going on. Hey, Neil from the UK, it's good to see you. We're almost done with Distracted Driving Awareness Month, right? April. Nice USC shirt, Mitch. Hey, thank you. Got to do what I got to do. But here's what I want to do, you guys. Check this out. I'm in StreamYard, and like I said, it's being broadcasted to multiple platforms right now. I can actually see the incoming comments from all of the platforms, except LinkedIn, which I can have set up in a separate tab. But what you'll notice right off the bat is there's an overlay that we've set up, right? So let's see, right up here, you can create whatever type of overlay you want, but that's what we've done is just created a quick overlay to try to spice things up just a little bit. And also what's cool about this program is I can invite guests in. I can invite guests in to say hi. And so, by the way, if you guys are watching and you want to pop in and join me, I'll check the comments in just a second, and then I can send you a link so you can invite guests in and do an interview show. You can share your screen, right? Another thing you can do is the following. Not only the overlays, like what you're seeing right here, but I can take what are called banners, and I can say, okay, the legalminds.lawyer mastermind. So if I have a guest, I can promote their show, their name, their products and services. If there's a topic or a newsjacking event that I want to talk about, I can go ahead and highlight it with, I guess, as many different banners as I want. There's this format, which is the static banner at the bottom of the screen. And then there's this format, which is kind of cool. It's a ticker type of banner. And all you do is you just simply type in the words that you want to use, click save, and it's available to you. So I think that's kind of cool. If you guys are in a hurry and you want to check out StreamYard later, on your own time, you can go there and check out the StreamYard link at mitchjackson.com/brands. That's where I have listed different companies that I'm either a brand ambassador with, or I have some type of professional relationship with, or companies where I'm an affiliate, whatever it might be. If you go to mitchjackson.com/brands, once again, you'll find the StreamYard link and be able to get up to speed on all the details. Let me get back over to the comments right here. Barb Tomlin, it's good to see you. She doesn't have questions about StreamYard, but she's elated that I'm using the tool. Yeah, I'm giving it a try. We'll check it out. How do I sign up to walk on for football? Call the coaching staff. If you can play ball, I'm sure SC would love to talk to you. Let's see. Facebook user, we're using it this afternoon on our show. Used it on the DA stream last night. Worked awesome. Okay, so I'm guessing that's probably Mike Byers, Officer Mike Byers. I can't see Mike's name in the comment, but I'm just taking a stab at that. And by the way, I believe if you want to engage on Facebook, you have to actually give StreamYard permission to share your information, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get rid of this banner and come back to me. So once again, let me go back to the comments real quick. You guys, thanks for putting up with me. Nicole Abood, hello, Nicole. It's good to see you on Periscope. Once again, I started using StreamYard a few weeks ago. Really like it so far. You can show guests. Oh, okay. That's right. Check this out, you guys. You can show guest comments on the screen. Bring in the profile pics. as long as they give StreamYard permission. So give StreamYard permission and I can bring your comments in. Barb, thank you for reminding me. This is pretty cool, right? Everyone say hi to Barb. She's very active in the live streaming community. So I think that's kind of cool. You click another button and it goes away. So that was a comment, you guys, from Facebook. Here is Nicole saying hello from Periscope. That's pretty cool. Once again, I'm simply focusing in on my Legal Minds Facebook group, okay, over at legalminds.group. But I can see the feedback. You guys follow Sergeant TCS, okay? Neil is a police officer out of the UK. He's a very strong advocate for helping raise awareness as to the dangers of distracted driving and specifically live streaming and driving. Don't live stream and drive, I believe is Neil's hashtag, if I'm not mistaken, Neil. But everybody please follow Sergeant TCS out of the UK. So you can see how we can use some of the functions in StreamYard to help complement the program, right? For example, I have a Wednesday night legal marketing show. It's Wednesday night legal marketing.live. And if I was talking about the show, and I'm going to use this platform for Wednesday night show, I've got Ryan Foland on, who is a communication genius. He's a gifted speaker. He's going to share with you guys some really great tips on how to continue to market and brand your practice. But anyway, I can, share Ryan's name down here during the show, maybe as each of his 5 talking points. Another way of, once again, promoting something that's coming up, let me see, is you can do the ticker, okay? And obviously you want to be careful with how you use these tools. You don't want to overdo it, but this is really my first time testing out this platform in real time on all the platforms. And frankly, I also wanted to bring to the attention of my Legal Minds members the apparent power of what I'm seeing right here with StreamYard. So let me first take a step back. And Taylor Darcy asked, in fact, you guys want to see what Taylor asked me from Facebook? Taylor asked, are you using a green screen? And the answer is yes, Taylor. We are not at the firm anymore. We're all working from home remotely. We do use Clio, which is a cloud-based CRM to keep the law firm running. We've only had a couple of hiccups and we've been able to focus all of our attention on our clients. But to do that, what we're doing is using green screen technology at each of the attorneys' homes, which is what I'm doing right here. StreamYard makes it pretty easy. Okay, you just upload whatever photo you want in the background. Little pro tip here, this photo, we blurred it in Canva, canva.com. It's a free service, although I'm using the paid service, but it is a free service. And when you go into Canva, you can blur your photos. And I really like the way this looks. This is our lobby. When you get off the elevator, you'll be greeted by the receptionist right there. And but this is a blurred photo of our lobby via a green screen. So yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Here's what I want to do real quick, you guys, is I do want to bounce over to our Facebook page. And once again, I'm sharing this with my Legal Minds Facebook group. At least that's the game plan, because I want to give them the weekend to get up to speed on seeing whether or not including StreamYard. And there we are. Hey, you guys, I'm over here now to see whether or not this is something you guys want to play around with. And I think it's pretty cool. So I'm now looking at the Facebook group, you guys. Neil Goldstein, it's great to see you. I think if you activate and give StreamYard approval, I'll be able to see your name in the comments. And by the way, in one window, I'm able to see all the comments from all the different applications that are being pushed out there. Mo Lilienthal is also watching. Really cool. It's good to see you, Mo. Keep working on that crossover and jump shot. And Mo says, just gave me permission. Michael, it's good to see you. I started using StreamYard a few weeks ago. Really like it so far. I should point out, you guys, I am a big fan of Ecamm, which is a tool that I use to record to my desktop. You'll see me using Ecamm to push to Periscope. You'll see me using Ecamm to do some really cool, more advanced green screen stuff, especially when I'm using Zoom. And I like Ecamm. I'm a big fan of Ecamm. This does not take Ecamm's place. This is kind of a different type of product. I also enjoy Zoom, you guys, big time. Look at Josh Goldstein. Yeah, Josh, actually, let's be real here. I'm glad you discovered StreamYard, but it's been around for a while. And I have a lot of friends on social media. In fact, one of them is Ross Brand, who's a brand ambassador for StreamYard. So it's one of the many tools that has been out there for a while. And what's happening is, as it's evolving, it allows me to incorporate what I'm doing on Ecamm and using that service for, what I'm using Zoom for, and then this for live video shows. But having said that, you guys, follow Josh Goldstein. He's doing some really cool things when it comes to video and live video. A gifted and hardworking immigration attorney, both on the West Coast, on the East Coast. He's got his hands full right now. And Josh, keep doing what you're doing because you're nailing it with your live video. So I appreciate that. I'm going back into my comments because Mo said that he actually activated and gave StreamYard permission so that I can now see his name and know who I'm talking to, right? And once again, you guys, if anybody here wants to try to join me live, you're more than welcome. Just let me know in the comments, and what I'll do is I'll private message you a link and bring you in. Now, here's something that's really cool. What I noticed about StreamYard and what I'm going to use on Wednesday night's show, you guys are going to like this. I don't think a lot of people have figured this out. And by the way, when I say Wednesday night show, what show am I talking about? See what I just did right there? So you can take StreamYard, you can set it up ahead of time to push to YouTube. You can then go to YouTube and grab that embed code and create a blog post or a website page and embed the YouTube code into your post or page. When you then go and build content around that, when you then go live, whether it's an hour later or a week later, everyone that you've directed to that website, blog, or page will then see the live video playing on that page. That live video obviously will also, depending on what options you select, can play to your Facebook page, your Facebook group, LinkedIn, Periscope, YouTube, but you can also have that embedded show in your branded website or blog. And I think that's huge because if you embed the code in a website or blog, and at the same time you have an email free giveaway, top or bottom of your funnel, depending on how you like to market and brand, also as part of that page or post, a lot of power there, right? A lot of power to create focused interest, to capture attention, and to create that relationship that oftentimes you're not able to keep when you just stop broadcasting live normally on all these channels. You've got people at your page engaging, looking, clicking, watching the recorded show. So I think that's pretty powerful. Let me come back to, where am I here? Ticker. Hang on, guys. Hide this, come back to comments. All right, what's the difference? Let's see, let me answer some questions. And I'm by no means, you guys, anywhere close to being an expert with StreamYard. I'm fairly comfortable with live video. I've been on live video since about 2011, 2012. I would suggest sharing your questions with Ross Brand if you have any questions. He's one of my go-to experts, and I know he is a brand ambassador for StreamYard. Taylor asks, what's the difference between StreamYard and Ecamm? So StreamYard allows me to broadcast to multiple platforms. I mean, there's a lot of differences. Both bring value. And Ecamm also allows me to do that if I use a third-party resource like restream.io, which is fine. StreamYard allows me to bring in guests using a link. Ecamm, unless I'm mistaken, I think you need to bring in guests using Skype. And what I do use Ecamm for is recording to my hard drive, and also to set up the green screen and their virtual camera. Ecamm has a virtual camera, so when I go live on Zoom, instead of selecting my webcam, I select virtual camera, and it brings in a high definition killer green screen type of environment where I can bring in overlays, change my background, really do anything I want. If you look at my most recent Periscope, you'll see me talking about 4 of my favorite communication books as a trial lawyer that's helped me communicate better in court in front of a jury. Imagine walking into court, 12 people you've never met before, and their decision is going to determine the outcome of your 2 or 3 years worth of work and what happens to your client. So what I did is I used Ecamm to record that Periscope and brought up a cover of each book as I talked about it. And you might want to check it out. So that's what I use Ecamm for. I'm sure you can do it with StreamYard too. Let me see what let's see. Nick asked, what content are you distributing to generate cases? Nick, my approach is to generate useful content that helps clients. I love talking about breaking news stories and sharing my spin, my unique take on something that's happening, whether it's in the legal profession, business world, maybe it's one of my hobbies or passions, paddleboarding, motocross, whatever it might be. I'll interject my thoughts and comments on that and try to add value. I think what StreamYard will allow me to do is do that over multiple platforms. So I click live once, like I am right now, to my Legal Minds Mastermind group, but this time I'm publicly sharing it out on all the other platforms. So I'm not really, I'll be honest with you, it's all about generating relationships. And I really mean that. It's about adding value, creating trust, generating relationships, not only locally, like what we used to do before the internet, before social media, but globally. We get referrals from all over the country and all over the world. And it's about building relationships. I don't like to use social media for marketing. I really don't. And I'll use the term marketing or the hashtag marketing because that's what people are looking for. And then when they come into my world, I really try to just grab them by the arm and talk with them about, using social media to build brands and build relationships as opposed to marketing. Let me come back to Legal Minds real quick. And once again, I am back in our Legal Minds Facebook group. And I just want to make sure, because that's where I'm pushing this show. Okay, interesting. Nick, your comment is about 20 seconds behind. So what I'm noticing is there is about a 20-second delay between what I'm sharing here in StreamYard and what I'm seeing across the different platforms. So pretty darn cool. Let me come back up to banners. And once again, you guys, I am broadcasting for the Legal Minds members, legalminds.lawyer mastermind. You guys, check this out over the weekend. See if it's for you. And if you have any questions, private message me or ask in the comments below this broadcast, and we can play around with this platform. If you want to see how I use this platform, and this goes for everyone, hang on a second. If you want to see how I use this platform for a live interview, I've got Ryan Foland on. Mo says, I'll jump on live if you're looking for someone. I'd love to try it out, Mo. So what I'm going to do is, hey, James, it's good to see you. What I'm going to do, Mo, here, let me show you guys what's going on. So Mo messaged me, I'll jump on live if you're looking for someone to jump on, and I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the link, and I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to email Mo with the link. This is the first time I've done this. So Mo, just bear with me. Hopefully this will work. So Mo, it looks like it's the your email with your first, the abbreviated version of your firm. So hopefully you'll get that. I just sent it out. So it's the small version of your firm email. I'm also going to send you, this is cool, you guys. Thanks for, also going to message you, Mo, with the code on Facebook. So let's see if this works. All right. So what I've done is I have invited Mo to join me. I'm not really sure what's going to happen next. So Facebook user who said, hey, Mitch, hey, what's happening? Give Facebook permission to talk to StreamYard, and your face and name will pop up and I'll know who this is. James, it's good to see you. James is jumping headfirst into social media and digital, a talented lawyer who is really embracing video. And James, I love your sense of humor. Keep those videos coming. We need more laughter in this world. Barb says, yes, I'm watching from the streaming. She's watching from the streaming lawyer Facebook live viewer accounts displayed on each screen for each destination are unique to you. Okay. So what's interesting is while I may have 50 people watching in one group, there may only be 1 or 2 people watching on the other platform, according to the StreamYard feed. I might have 30 people watching on Instagram and 10 people on Periscope, but it's not reflecting the total number of views. And that's fine. I don't really care about views. I care about quality of relationships. So I think I have, let me hide this. Let me go back to banners. Hopefully Mo can come in and say hi. And let's see, how do we, oh, there he is. Okay. All right, Mo. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to bring you in. Let's see if this works. Hang on. I guess I need a headset now. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Testing. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Mitch?
Dude, this is awesome. That was
sweet.
Easy. So where did you get the link? Through email or your Facebook?
I clicked the email, but I saw it on my Facebook Messenger as well.
Come through. Okay. So I was able, you guys, to invite Mo in. And Mo's an experienced, not only an experienced Alabama lawyer, but he's also an experienced social media, I'm going to say expert when it comes to what you're doing on social. You are. I mean, you are now. I mean, I'll tell you what, you need to spend less time on social and more time hitting your jump shot. Okay. Because I'm tired of Wyatt working you. I'm the dad whose son works him 24/7 out on the court. We're all counting on you to walk away with a W, my man. So, but Mo, you know, Mo's using Zoom. He's using some of the other platforms. Have you played around with StreamYard?
No, I've seen, I think Nancy Merland and some others and some others using it. But I really like this because, you know, we always talk about, you know, we'd love to be able to go live in other platforms and do, but typically we go live in Facebook. So being able to push this out to your multiple platforms at the same time and be able to see the comments, that's pretty neat, Mitch.
I think so too. And, you know, you and I have talked about different live video platforms just over the last month or two. Like I think when we first met, we were both using Blue Jeans, which was a high quality, high definition, Dolby surround sound type of thing. Before that, Mo, I was on 3 or 4 other platforms. Things change, right? And one of the reasons I just last night, there's 2 reasons. I'm going to be honest with you. One was long day, long week. I was ready to do something different and I had a glass of wine in me. I'm just saying, I got a little crazy. So I'm like, I got to check this platform out. And number 2, I had some friends reach out and say, hey, Mitch, why aren't you using this more often? And I'm looking at, see, just being real, you get an LOL. This is kind of cool where you bring up the comments, Mo, and talking points. You have some amazing guests on your Mo Show Live. Moshow.live. And imagine if you had those talking points ahead of time, and as we're speaking, you know, it's like talking point number 1, boom, right? Whatever the language is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you just kind of preload those, Mitch, and they're ready, and you just bring them up from the administrative end.
You do. I wish there was a way I could show you, because when I share my screen, it allows me to share another tab as far as showing the screen that I'm looking at. What happens is it goes like 100 layers deep and creates this really strange image. So I'm sure there's a way for me to do it.
Let me ask you a couple of questions for people that may have questions that have never used it like me, if that's cool.
Absolutely.
So if right now when you went in to start this, are you starting the broadcast? You're going through StreamYard just like you would going through Blue Jeans or Zoom, and then you hit share live to a certain platform. Is that what you do? Just kind of,
Yes.
and then if you're sharing for you, I know you have multiple Facebook pages. I have multiple Facebook pages, and then can you go live within each of those pages as well?
Yes. So when you set up the account, you then select and link your YouTube, your Periscope, your Facebook group, Facebook business page, Facebook profile page, up to 5 pages with the premium account.
Okay.
And somebody asked, what are the price? The price is similar to Blue Jeans, Neil. So 30 to 40 bucks for the premium account each month. I think you get a substantial discount if you do the annual annual rate. Anyway, when you set up your broadcast, Mo, you select which platforms you want to go live to. And you just click, 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 and then you go live. And it takes you to the next step where you can set things up. You can set up your overlays, such as they call them banners. So before this show, I just took about 2 minutes and typed that into one of the banners. I then took that, and just to see how it looked, I took the same language and created a ticker. So yes, these are banners. And then once you have your banners set up and you've got your overlay, see the overlay I have set up with Mitch Jackson? Mm-hmm. That's something I created in Canva, downloaded as a transparent image, and then uploaded it into StreamYard. Okay. So it only took a couple of minutes to set this initial one up. I think what I'm going to do is let me ask you a question. Beneath you at my end, it says follow us at Mitch Jackson, along with some social icons. Do you see that underneath you at your end?
I do. I saw it when I was watching, and I see it from now the guest portal as well.
So that is just an overlay. So before going live, you've got your overlay set up, which is completely optional. You don't need this. You set up your what they call banners. You select your brand. So your brand, in fact, check this out. You can set up a little logo that pops in and out if you want. I just went ahead and created MitchJackson.com as part of the overlay. Anyway, once you get everything set up, then you say, I guess it's like a red button that says go live, and it immediately and simultaneously broadcasts live to all the different platforms. And I think, Mo, what's kind of cool, what you'll appreciate, is the fact that it brings in comments from each of the separate platforms except LinkedIn. LinkedIn, apparently you have to have the tab open for some reason. You have to individually monitor that. And then when I respond, I can respond to all platforms. In fact, this is a test. So I just typed in, this is a test response. That test response went to all the platforms. I could have used an arrow and just responded, for example, to Taylor Darcy in her Facebook group. I'm assuming that's where she's communicating to me from, and answered just to that group. Her question, what about Facebook groups? Can you go live with pages and groups? Yes. So the reason I went live, Taylor, this morning was to go live in a private Facebook group, invitation only type of group, just to give everyone in the group a heads up of what this platform's all about. But for me, I'm also pushing this particular broadcast everywhere just to see how it works.
So where are you pushing it right now, Mitch, to give us an idea? You're pushing it to Facebook, and then you're pushing it. I saw it on Twitter. Where else are you pushing it right now?
All right. I will answer that question, but I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of that. All right. So right now I'm pushing it to the Streaming Lawyer Facebook page. I'm pushing it to MitchJackson.live Facebook page, which is where I have the Wednesday night show. I'm pushing it to YouTube, which I'm curious if anyone can even see it on YouTube. It's a question I was going back and forth with Ross Brand this morning, and also to Periscope. So anybody watching those, anyone on any of those channels can be watching you and I right now.
Can you do Instagram, or you cannot do Instagram?
I don't see Instagram as an option.
Okay.
And that would be a nice feature. I will tell you, I think you can push up to 5 different channels with the premium account. And as soon as I'm approved on LinkedIn, which I'm not, I just haven't applied. So I applied yesterday. That'll be my 5th channel. Right. But I do, trying to think, where did I just see Instagram? I think is going to allow us to start doing that from our desktops pretty soon. So that'll be cool. Mike Byers says no Instagram as of now. So have you, Mo, what do you have coming up on your show? Who do you have coming up this week?
I've got Stephen Lefkoff out of Atlanta, who has a lawyer who runs the Lawyers with Lives podcast. And so I'm excited to kind of talk to him a little bit about what inspired him to start a podcast about anything but the law. I mean, he's talking to lawyers, but in his podcast, he's focusing on what their hobbies are and things and interests outside of the law. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what some of his interests are outside the law. So I'm going to kind of flip the switch on him a little bit and do. And then I've got some other good guests lined up in the next couple of months. And so I'm excited about doing that. There's 2 cute little babies that were just brought into the world here, as you were sharing there, from
there we go.
One of our awesome paralegals at our law firm. She's had just a new mom of twins. So we're certainly excited about that. Yeah, some cute little boys right there.
Look at that. How cute. That is awesome. This is Mo's Facebook page, you guys. You motivated me to get in a workout today, buddy. I was going to skip today, but now because of you, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go down and get an hour and a half. The reason I'm doing this is, number one, I wanted to come down to your 50-state challenge and have you share a little bit about that with whoever's watching live and recorded. But I also wanted to see how this works. And before we do that, Mo, tell me from your end. I've got 3 different share functions here. I've got this share function, which I think is a little bit too small for people to see.
Yes.
Second one, it looks like it's just sharing the page, and the third one's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, the first one was kind of putting the overlay over my screen, over where my mug would be, and then the second one, it's a little bigger with 2 little small icons of you and I, and then the third one kind of takes up the whole screen from my end, and you can, at least from my end, you can see it better.
So I'm looking at you and your talented son right here with the 50-state challenge. What's that all about?
Yeah, so thanks for giving me a second to talk about that.
Absolutely.
So we support the March of Dimes and have for about 7 or 8 years. March of Dimes is a nonprofit that was started by President Roosevelt to help fight polio, and now is the leading nonprofit in the country for infant mortality, death, and premature birth. And so we have supported them for the last 8 years in honor of our first son, who passed away as an infant, and his name was Will, so we call him Team Will. And that's my superstar basketball player and athlete, Wyatt, right there. And so last year we issued in a challenge to try to receive a donation from all 50 states, and we were fortunate enough to have enough support to do that. And so we have issued that challenge again. And so last night we went live on Zoom and broadcasted to Facebook, and overlaid the virtual background there. And Wyatt is a natural on Facebook, Mitch. He just gave him a couple of talking points, and he runs with it from there.
I love it.
He's a ham. And we just to encourage people to do what we're doing right now and jump on Facebook Live. The interaction that you can get, we've got, since last night, we've gotten 5 more states.
Really?
And
really?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, but the interaction with doing this, and I think now, I know this is not why we're talking, but just think a good talking point for a lot of the things that you and I are big believers in, which is, hey, people are looking for good content and people are wanting value. And I think now more than ever, Mitch, with all the concerns that we have in the world, and just people are getting kind of down and depressed and concerned about a lot of things that are outside of their control, and that's natural. But if you can be pushing out good, valuable content, commenting on things, providing value, and just having a little sense of humor and fun, I've been sharing out some fun stuff the last couple of weeks, and I'm getting tons more traction than I was just a few weeks ago. And I think it's because people are starving for good content.
Well, I'm going to agree. And so that's why you're the man. I mean, people need to pay attention. So I see how quickly I just did that. Literally, it
That
took
was
like
awesome.
5 seconds. I agree with you. People want to connect. And I also feel, Mo, and I think you'll agree with me. The expectation right now, the consumer expectation is when they're watching a live video show, they want to see the interactive aspect of what we're doing. I think it keeps things interesting, right? Instead of just two talking heads, which is what you and I do a lot. But you and I are the exception. We're extremely fascinating guys. So I get that. One of us is humble too. So I'm not going to mention names. Let me remove the share. Okay, so I stopped share. So it looks like it's you and I again. And we're back. Interesting.
And so the background, so for kind of a question that some other people may have, so for those of us that have kind of incorporated Zoom recently are now all very familiar with the virtual background. And I've played around a little bit with the Snap camera, which lets you, select the cameras, kind of the Snapchat filters, and be funny with them. Some of the images, we did that in a chat we had a while back, a couple weeks ago. I was goofing off with that. So is this just a static image that you've got behind you? Did you just pull it up like a virtual background? I think I heard you say that. Does it work just like that, where you just kind of select the different image you've already downloaded?
It is, and I think it's working pretty well. So what you do with StreamYard is you upload the image you want, if you want an image in your background, or a solid color, which also works really well, just a white image. They give you the dimensions that you want. So I created a template in Canva, that size. And then what I did is this, this is it's the blurred version, but this is our first level of our office. If you walk through the elevator doors. All right. So I imported that photo into Canva, dragged it into the size that StreamYard recommends, because if you don't do that, you're going to have some green screen on each side. Right. So I figured this out quickly. So use the size that StreamYard recommends, use Canva, and then upload that image into StreamYard. And what I did, Mo, is I took, and I'll show you, I took the image.
Do you need a green screen behind you to do it, Mitch?
You don't, but it does make a difference.
Okay.
All right. So what I did is I took this photo, you guys, which these are the elevators, our receptionist is there. And then in Canva, there's a blur where you just drag it. And I think it's a filter or an adjustment, and you can blur your photos, because I actually like the way the blurred photos look when you're using a green screen. And so, Mo, that's once you get it set up once, then it's available to you over in your templates in StreamYard. So that's the only thing that took a little bit of time last night, was figuring out exactly how to do the background. But frankly, it's as easy as Zoom once you get the right size. Good question. The other thing is the template right here, the overlay with my name and things like this. What we're thinking is changing this for each show, depending on who's the guest on the show. So maybe in this case, above you, I'd have your name or your primary URL instead of mine. Once again, we were just playing around with this last night. The other thing I noticed is that in the background, if you aren't here, or if I'm not using the background that I uploaded, then what happens is StreamYard has some default backgrounds, which are fine. But what I noticed is if you upload just a white rectangle, the appropriate size, and have that as one of your backgrounds, if you weren't here, or if I'm screen sharing and there's open space on the screen, then it's going to be white, as opposed to maybe a background that has nothing to do with the topic of the show when you're screen sharing. That's what I'm getting at. So when I share the screen with you, that dead space, let's real quick. And I know this doesn't sound important, but it made a big difference when I was testing this out. So I'm sharing Mo's screen his Facebook page. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the way I've got this set up is this is gray and that's gray, as opposed to a fake living room or a fake office that has nothing to do with our practice, is what I'm getting at. Hang on a second. I was just notified. So I'm looking at, Mo, here's something else that I think you'll really appreciate. I'm looking at over in the comments. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of it and I'll send it to you when we're done so you can see what I'm talking about. And this goes for anyone in Legal Minds. If you guys have a question and you want to see what my admin screen looks like, let me just take a picture, because what I'm able to do, Mo, is I'm getting comments and questions from all the different platforms all in one place.
Do they have, now you mentioned a while ago, and I had to ask for permission to be able to pull that in. Do you need that for the other platforms? So for Periscope and that, they don't need to get permission?
No, I think the only thing I looked at quickly, and I'm still learning, is that Facebook is the platform that requires you to give permission. And when I selected my Facebook group and page and profile to push to, Mo, at that time, StreamYard says you need to give your account permission to push comments into StreamYard. So it gave me the heads up. It was pretty easy to do. And Bridget's joining us. I believe she's out of Australia or New Zealand. So it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. She's got great podcast, great show. This is pretty slick, my friend.
It is cool. And I was just kind of playing on my end. It looks like it gave me the option to select, and I wasn't going to do it because I didn't want to mess up anything right now. But it looks like it gave me the option to even select the Snapchat camera there. So maybe even have the option to do it. Well, I think I've got to open it up and do it. It's no big deal.
Okay.
But there may be some more features out there. And I love the little logos with all the social media icons down at the bottom.
You do.
Right,
you do. Okay, so that's available.
Below my arm. Yeah.
That's available in Canva. Just so you know,
cool.
Canva for $1, you can get their you can download professional images. Eric's joining us from Northern Arizona. Are you following Eric on Instagram or social, Mo?
I don't think so, but I will be now.
Yeah, you should follow Eric because we met at Periscope Summit in New York, years ago, and he lives in Northern Arizona and shares just beautiful photographs of, the sunsets, a lot of drone shots and things like this. Pretty cool. Yeah. So he's a good guy to follow. Eric, it's good to see you. Let me see. Oh, real quick. I'm sorry. Cape Town, South Africa. Yes. Isn't this cool, Mo? So cool. Bridget, meet Mo out of Alabama. Mo, meet Bridget. Yeah. And by the way, you guys, good mutual guest. She's got a pretty popular show on that I think you would enjoy, and she'd enjoy sharing with your audience. Well, listen, I'm going to go work out. I'm ready. I'm motivated.
You're up. I've already done mine.
I know you have, but remember, we're West Coast, so we're still getting started. I'm still digesting those pancakes I made for everyone this morning. But Mo, thanks for kicking the tires with me. Really appreciate it. Man. Say hi to everybody, okay?
Will do. Thanks.
All right. And everyone else, you guys, take care. Make it a masterpiece. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.